Okay, we'll start in a seated position. Sitting comfortably in Sukhasana, have lengthened spine. The neck is nice and long, so really lengthen through the spine, make the neck nice and long. And just release those shoulders, just have a little wiggle there of the shoulders. Hands to the knees and round through the spine, arch the back, exhale. Lift the crown of the head, look up at the sky, inhale. Round and arch through the back, exhale. And lift and float the crown of the head, inhale. Now do a rotation of the neck. So bring the ear to the shoulder, and just do a wonderful circular action here of the neck, mobilizing into the neck and really noting any areas of tightness or tension. Really soften the brow, circling all the way around, softness in the breath. And then round in the other direction, mobilizing the head. And then drop the chin to the chest, and then round through the spine, arch the back. Lift the crown of the head, look up at the sky, inhale. Exhale, round through the spine, arching the back. Inhale, lift the crown of the head, look up at the sky. Last time. Exhale, round through the spine. And inhale, float the crown of the head, look up at the sky. Melt your elbow towards the earth and come into a wonderful side body stretch. Reach, stretch, and lengthen. And back to that neutral position. And again, over we go. Big side body stretch. And again, last time. Here we go. It's like ironing out the body and back to that neutral position. Over to the other side. Lovely long full body stretch. And back to that neutral position. Good. Inhale. One more time on this side. And back to that neutral position. Hands to the knees, round through the spine, arch the back. Exhale. Lift the crown of the head. Inhale. Round in and soften in. Exhale. Really note any areas of tightness or tension. And then lift the crown of the head and inhale. Let's bring the soles of the feet together into cobbler's pose. So the soles of the feet are together. Bring the hands just to the toes and just massage around the soles of the feet. And butterfly wing those hips. Just open and lift and lower those hips. Now lengthen through. So avoid rounding through the spine. Lift the crown of the head. Have that lovely long neck. And butterfly wing those hips. Really waking up those thighs. Now squash the elbows with the knees. And then release. Squash. And release, and then just mobilize, and again, and then squash and release. Perfect. So a little massage here of the soles of the feet, the toes. Excellent. Now holding on to the whole foot, do a little rotation here of the ankle, a little bit of movement there of the ankle. And now stretch and stretch and stretch. So you're really stretching there into the legs, into the shoulders. Pull the toes towards you, pull away with the toes, and stretch into the legs. And again, staying on this side. And have your opposite hand to the floor for support. One more time. Beautiful stretch out there for the thighs. Let's change sides. So again, just a little rotation here of the ankle. Hand to the floor if you need to. And stretch, feeling that stretch down the back of the thigh there, relaxing the shoulders. And back in, and again. Beautiful stretch. One more time. And then release. Now straighten in one leg and bring one leg in towards the chest and just mobilize into the hips. So hold the foot with the opposite hand and just rotate and mobilize into that hip. Bend and straighten, and then bring the heel close to the body. Maybe hug it and hold it there if you can, or just hold it with the arm or the hand, whatever works for you, into a lovely rocking of the baby. So mobilizer there for the hip joint. Little rotation there, and then change sides. So bring the other foot in. You may hold it with the hand or hug right into the body, whatever works for you and your body. Keeping the back nice and straight. Just release any tension that you have here in the heels and the ankles, and then release. Let's come into a seated Dandasana. So sit nice and tall, lengthen through. So we stretched out the upper body, we stretched out the legs. Now let's stretch out the back by folding forwards towards the toes, softening the brow and melting your heart down towards your thighs. Breathing in, and as you breathe out, sink into the pose, softness in the breath. Breathing in, and as you breathe out, just heart sinks towards the thighs. Softness in the breath, and then slide along your shins, into your knees, into your thighs. Let's inhale up to the sky, big stretch. Exhale down towards the toes. Pull the toes towards you. Pull away with the toes and stretch into the neck, the back, and the shoulders. And then slide along your shins, into your knees, into your thighs. Let's lie down, hug our knees into our chest, and give our back a wonderful massage. So with the toes together, start to open and close the inner thighs. That's a beautiful mobilizer here for the hips. The back is flat into the earth. Soften the brow. Inhale, exhale. So we draw the knees together, we inhale. We open the thighs, we exhale. Inhale, exhale. Wonderful massage. The back is supported by the earth, and then we dangle the toes from the sky. Do a little pedal of the feet, a little bit of movement here, almost as if you're walking on the ceiling. A little circle action there of the ankles, so reach up with the toes, a flex of the heels. Now an L shape of the body, so the back is flat into the earth. Softness in the knees, dangle the arms, and float the shoulders off as we inhale, but keep the head glued to the mat. Exhale, sink to the earth. Inhale, stretch to the sky. Exhale. Inhale, reach. Exhale, release. Inhale, reach. Exhale, release. Give those fingers a little wiggle. Give those toes a little bit of movement. Now place the feet to the floor with the knees bent. And lengthen through with the arms. So the arms are stretched overhead, the back is flat into the earth, and the knees are bent. And as we lift the hips, float the arms by your sides, push the palms into the ground. So into a beautiful bridge. Let's inhale high. Lovely straight line from the top of the knees to the shoulders. Just hold it here, feeling the connection of the earth underneath the palms, underneath the soles of the feet. Now slowly reconnect each vertebrae and float the arms back overhead and sink into the mat. Inhale the hips high, float the arms up to the sky and then down to the earth. Push the palms into the earth and expand the chest as you lift that a little bit higher. Then slowly sink to the earth with control and melt down to the mat. And again, inhale those hips high, squeeze those buttocks, push the palms into the earth. Really expand the chest. And then as you exhale, sink to the earth with control. Last time, inhale those hips high. Scoop those arms up, melt the palms into the earth and expand the chest. Connecting with the earth. And then slowly sink to the earth and melt down with control. Let's extend the legs, extend the arms, come into a wonderful long body. Beautiful stretch from the fingertips to the toes, as if you were standing on your tiptoes. Big stretch, open the fingers, open the toes, and then hug the knees into the chest and massage the back into the earth. So let's curl into that little ball, bring the nose towards the knees, come into a little crunch there, and then release the back to the earth. Come into a little crunch and release the back to the earth. Beautiful. Place the feet to the floor with the knees bent and bring the arms out wide into a T shape and just a little rotation from right to left, mobilizing into the hips. So drop the knees to the right, the eye gaze and shoulders go to the left. Lovely stretch there into the lower lumbar spine. Bring the knees back to the center, then over to the other side, and a lovely stretch into the lower back. If the palms are facing up, turn the palms down and do exactly the same, stretching into the lower back, keeping the shoulders in contact with the earth, and then up to the sky and over to the other side. Excellent, and back to that neutral position. Let's hug the knees, massage the back into the earth. Before dangling the toes, dangling the arms, give the arms and legs a little shake out. Wiggle those fingers, circle those ankles. Let's start the day bringing blood supply to the brain. And let's hug the knees, massage the back, rock from right to left. Beautiful. And roll onto your side and bring yourself up into a seated position. So let's sit with our legs wide into a lovely opening of the thighs. So let's inhale up to the sky. And as we exhale, melt towards your toes, soften your brow, folding as far forwards as you can, stretching into the inner thighs. So a lovely seated forward fold. You can place the fingertips to the earth or maybe the elbows and stretch into those inner thighs. Soften the brow. Feel that wonderful stretch and then reach to one side, bringing your heart towards your thighs, softness in the breath. And then over to the other side, melting down towards the thighs. And then repeat, so slide down as if you were ironing out your thighs. Bring your head towards your knees. And then over to the other side, sliding down, head towards the knees. And then release. Let's fold forwards, bringing the fingertips or maybe the elbows towards the earth, whatever works for you. It's a lovely inner thigh stretch. Give those toes a little wiggle, get that little bit of movement there in the feet. And then back to that neutral position. Let's come into an all fours position. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. If kneeling's an issue, you can pad out your knees, or you can do this pose seated, a lovely cow cat, and curl the toes. Arch and dip the spine. So as we dip the spine, we look up at the sky, we inhale. As we round through the spine and arch the back, we exhale. Inhale, lift the crown of the head, look up at the sky. Exhale, round through the spine, arching the back. So working through cow cat is a wonderful way of releasing tension in the neck, the back, the shoulders. So work your back in a way that feels good. You may spend extra time on the exhalation or extra time on the inhalation. For the lower back issues, spend that little bit of extra time on the inhalation. Any upper back issues on the exhalation. So work that back. Perfect. Sinking back into the heels, if your knees allow, into an extended child's pose. Bring your third eye to the earth, sink your bottom to the heels, and walk your fingers as far forwards as you can into a wonderful extended child's pose. Just take a moment, softening, letting go, releasing. And then back into all fours. Bring your elbows to the earth, keep your bottom high, puppy dog. So this is a great alternative to Dolphin Pose. This is a lovely stretch out of the back. So when we do Dolphin Pose, if you prefer, you can come into this kneeling version. So sink the heart down and just really stretch into the neck, the back and the shoulders. Melt the third eye into the earth. Let the heart sink down, softening the brow. Let's come into all fours, arch through the spine, and dip the spine. Let's tuck the toes and push into downward facing dog. Again, you can adapt if you need to and be in an all fours position. Now we're in that perfect inverted V. The hips are high, the palms are wide, the head is hanging, the neck is long. Really stretch. Feel that stretch down the thighs, strong strength in the arms, blood supply to the brain. Just release, let go. Ooh, perfect upside down V. Take as many steps as you need and walk to the top of the mat. Dangling that forward fold, resting your heart close to your thighs, softening your brow. Then come up slowly, one vertebra at a time, unpeel, uncurl, unwind. Come into a beautiful mountain pose and bring your hands through to heart space. What a wonderful way to start the day. Let's inhale up to the sky. Exhale, open the chest. Inhale, exhale. Beautiful. One more time. Inhale, exhale. Let's circle the arms. Mobilizing those shoulders, have softness in the elbows, a little wrap of the body, a little bend into the knees. Lift up to the sky, inhale. As you exhale, fold towards the earth. Bend at the knees, bend at the hips, touch the earth, soften the brow. Come up just halfway into that halfway lift, a lovely flat back. Exhale, think and release. Come up like the sun, a beautiful hyper extension of the back, and bring the hands through to heart space. Step back into warrior one. So take a lovely big step back and square the hips to the top of the mat. Float the arms up like a sword above your head. Open with beautiful cactus arms and draw back with waterfall arms. So from the crown of the head to the heels with beautiful alignment. A little fist distance there between the chin and the chest. Float to the top of the mat and close the pose. Inhale up to the sky. Lovely hyper extension of the back. Exhale, fold towards the earth. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale. Inhale, come up like the sun. Beautiful hyper extension of the back. And bring your hands through to heart space. Step back into warrior one. Again, squaring the hips. Floating the arms like a sword above your head. Open with beautiful cactus arms. And draw back. Length from the crown of the head to the heels. Fantastic. Now open up the arms like the wings of a plane and bring your heart towards your thighs. Bring the hands to the earth and step back into a plank position, dropping the knees, uncurling the toes, kissing the elbows to the ribs, baby cobra. Lift into that up dog, lengthen the neck and the shoulders, softness in the breath. Come into all fours and then sink your heart down, keep your bottom high, come into puppy dog. So this would be a great alternative to dolphin pose. So if you wish, you can stay here in a puppy dog. If you want to do a dolphin pose, bring your elbows to the earth, interlace your fingers. Let the crown of the head face the earth, and then we lift up as if we were doing a downward facing dog. Tuck the toes, lift up, and come into dolphin pose, which is a great strengthener for the shoulders. Now the head isn't touching the earth. There's a gap between the crown of the head and the earth. It's a great shoulder strengthener. So a good alternative would be the puppy dog. This brings blood to the brain. Let's melt our knees to the earth, uncurl our toes. Come into all fours and arch through the spine. And dip the spine. Let's tuck the toes and lift into downward facing dog. Scoop up the hips, melt the heels, dangle the head, soften the brow. Take a few breaths here, nice and strong. Before floating to the top of the mat, dangling that forward fold, resting your heart close to your thighs, dangling, releasing, letting go. Come up like the sun, beautiful hyper extension of the back, and bring the hands through to heart space. Lovely. Step back with the other foot into warrior one. So a big step back, squaring the hips, interlace the fingers like a sword above your head, uncurl any tension in your toes. Melt the back heel into the earth, open with cactus arms, and draw back. We have length from the crown of the head to the heels. Softness in the breath, so nice strength here into that front thigh. Float to the top of the mat and close the pose, hands to heart space. Inhale up to the sky, exhale down to the earth. Inhale, halfway lift. Wonderful stretch there. Exhale, sink. And release, bring blood to the brain. Inhale, come up like the sun. Wonderful hyper extension of the back. And bring your hands to heart space. Again, step back into warrior one. Squaring the hips, so we're on the other side now. Big stretch up to the sky. Open with cactus arms. Draw back with waterfall arms. And from the crown of the head to the heels, have beautiful alignment. Melt your heart towards your thighs. I'm going to add a little change this time. We're going to float all the way back up. We're going to bring the hands to the heart. We're going to close the pose, standing tall. Inhale up to the sky. Lovely hyper extension of the back. Exhale, open the chest. Let's push into chair pose. Weight into the heels. So do a little bounce here. Nice strengthener. And then as if you were tiptoeing, lift up one leg and then step back into warrior one, squaring the hips. Open with beautiful cactus arms and draw back with waterfall arms like the waves of the sea. pull and push, mobilizing into the upper body. So the lower body from below the navel is stable and secure. The upper body moves. Open up and then turn into warrior two. Readjust yourself so you're comfortable. Sink into the pose. Melt down the back leg. Reverse warrior. Elbow to the sky, eye gaze to the heels. Elbow to knee, side angle pose. Come back into warrior two. Turn in the toes and open the heart. Look up at the sky. Lead with the heart towards the earth. So either stay here with the head and heart level or come towards the earth, hands touching the earth or a block, head hanging. Maybe take hold of each elbow. Hanging the head between the arms, softening, releasing, letting go. So we did this seated, and now we're doing a standing wide-legged forward fold. Let's take a moment, release, then slide to the shins, up through the thighs, come up with control. Open up. Now turn the other heel, so we're into warrior two on the other side, hanging, dangling, releasing. Reverse warrior, elbow to the sky, eye gaze to the heel. Elbow to knee, side angle pose. And then back into warrior two. Now we're going to step to the back end of the mat into mountain pose. We inhale up to the sky. And as we exhale, we open the chest. We step back into warrior one. We lift up to the sky. We open up and we bring the hands down by our sides. We lift up and turn into warrior two. So we're now facing the back, maybe. Reverse warrior, elbow to the sky, eye gaze to the heels. Elbow to knee, side angle pose. Back into warrior two, turn both toes side edge of the mat, open the heart. Melt down into a wide-legged forward fold, reaching towards the earth, hanging the head, heavy and long. Maybe take hold of each elbow, hanging the head, softening, releasing, letting go. It's a lovely stretch out for the back, the neck and the shoulders. Uncurl any tension in the toes. Come up like the sun. And turn the heel, warrior two on the other side. Relax the shoulders. Reverse warrior, elbow to the sky, eye gaze to the heels. Elbow to knee, side angle pose. Back into warrior two, and then step to the top end of the mat. Bring the hands to the heart. Inhale up to the sky. Exhale down to the earth. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, mount. Let's come into all fours, hands under shoulders, knees under hips, and then into puppy dog. Heart sinks down to the earth. Bottom stays high. Third eye melts down. It's a lovely stretch out for the back. Uncurl any tension in the toes. You can stay in puppy dog or come into dolphin. So elbows as wide as the mat, interlace the fingers, crown of the head hovering but not touching the earth. You can still stay in a kneeling position, or you can tuck the toes, lift up into dolphin, hovering the head, strengthening the shoulders. This is a lovely, strong pose. It brings blood to the brain, it strengthens the shoulders. Of course, you can always use the alternatives if you need to. And drop the knees and curl the toes. Sink back into an extended child's pose. Melt the bottom to the heels, the third eye towards the earth. And then release. Let's come into a seated Dandasana with the legs strong and long. Arms up to the sky. Inhale. And as you exhale, fold towards the toes. So pull the toes towards you. Pull away with the toes. Melt your heart to your thighs. Soften your brow. Take a moment. And slide along your shins, into your knees, into your thighs. This is a great shoulder strengthener this morning. Let's lie down, lengthen through the spine. So we point the fingers, point the toes, almost as if we were standing on our tiptoes. Smaller the back is away from the earth. Big stretch. Pull, pull, pull those fingers, pull those toes, as if someone was lengthening you. This is so nice. And then release. Pull and stretch, and then release. Let's hug those knees, massage the back, rock from right to left, from left to right. And then just bring the knees in towards the chest. So we're mobilizing into the hips. Take the heels to the ceiling, the elbows to the inside of the knees, 2 fingers between the big toe and the next toe, into a happy baby pose. Stretch and lengthen and reach. And then just draw those heels up, push the elbows into the inside of the knees, and then stretch up to the sky, dangle, release, let go. Wonderful. And then hug those knees, massage the back, soften the brow. So just feel the support of the earth underneath the back of the neck, the head, the shoulders. Softness in the breath. Let's rock up into that seated position, sitting tall. So shoulders a little release. Bring one foot into the inner thigh. Reach again to the toes. Lovely side body stretch. Inhale up. Exhale over. Inhale up. Exhale over. So I feel like the body's being really ironed out. We've stretched the back. We've stretched the arms. We've stretched the legs. Excellent. One more time. Really melt down. Head towards the thighs. And release. Let's change sides. Looping the other foot into the inner thigh. Lengthen through. And again, up and over. Up and over. Let's do it again one more time. And release. Shoulder rolls there. Let's come into Sukhasana. Hands rest lightly on the knees and mobilize with the neck. Noting areas of tightness and tension, softening the brow. Bring the hands through heart space. Inhale up to the sky. Exhale. Inhale, yes I can. Exhale. Believe in yourself. Bring your hands to your heart space. And by your actions, let's only do good deeds. Bring your hands to your lips. And by your words, let's only say kind things to everybody we meet. And bring your hands to your third eye, your forehead, and by your thoughts, let's only think kind thoughts. From the love and the light that shines within me to you, until I'm able to guide you through a practice again. Namaste. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Thank you for joining me on this beautiful